Hey everyone, it's Alison Heikkila. Thank you so much for joining me. There is a new collection from Paul Antonio for Spellbinders in his copper plate collection. This is the Upright Italic Everyday Sentiments Happy Birthday. There are a number of new sentiments in this collection. I'll have this linked below in the description box along with everything else that I'm using today. But I thought it would be fun to show you how I made this card. This was really simple to do. And it's a great way to use up some pattern paper. Maybe you have some gel press prints. You can even do this with plain cardstock if you want to. But the whole point is to use up something in your stash that's got a print or a pattern on it. So I have here the Rosie Studio Breakfast in Bed 6x6 paper pad. This is from Spellbinders as well. This is a great pad, and I kind of thumbed through here a little bit to see what I wanted to use with this happy birthday, and I thought that these hearts would be really cute. I've even got the ephemera that goes along with this collection here, just in case we need it, but I thought that this would be a great jumping off point. I might make the card a little bit different from this one, meaning I might work in a smaller space for the focal layer and have some of these other prints along with it because they're just so pretty and fun. So that's what we're going to do today. Now this is paper. This is not a cardstock. So it's way thinner than the cotton cardstock that you get when you start working with a BetterPress. So how are we going to use that and not like pierce through it with our BetterPress plate? I'm going to show you. But first, I want to see if any of these frames. This is the Bow and Bell Scallop frame from Spellbinders and Lisa Horton. I use this stuff a lot. It came out for the holidays last year, but I use these frames a ton. So this is one that has a stitched edge, and I want to see if it fits. And oh look, it does. Perfect. So the first thing I'm going to do is die cut this rectangle out of this cute little heart paper, and I'm also going to die cut a piece of white cardstock to give this paper some stability. So I'm going to do that and we'll get going. I've got these pieces die cut and we are going to use some Barely Arts glue. You can use whatever liquid you want. If you have a double-sided tape, you can use that as well, of course. But let me show you how we're going to do this. I've got these two. This is from Pampered Chef. This is what you use to clean your stoneware. But this is a great little tool to use in the craft room. I've also got this little chiseler that my friend Gloria sent me. This is for scraping things up if they're stuck down, but it's also great for the technique I'm about to do. If you don't have either of these, you can use a credit card or an old gift card, you know, something like that. So I'm going to apply some glue to the back of this. The reason that I want to have like some type of squeegee is because you see all of these lines? I don't want them to be visible when we adhere this down because it's just a thin paper, and sometimes the glue can be kind of thick and then you see those lines, and I don't want that. So I'm going to just get this lined up, and then I'm going to take this and I'm just going to squeegee it across from the center out. Also, oh, that ripped. That's okay. We can fix that. It also smooths, it doesn't just smooth the glue out, it also spreads it out. Can't talk, that threw me off. Ripping this here threw me off. Maybe I shouldn't go at it like a lumberjack, like my friend Amy would say. It's all right. We can fix it. Just going to do a little bit of surgery here. There we go. Good as new. No one's going to know but you and I. Okay. Now we are going to pick out a color for our happy birthday. I think I'm going to just go really safe and use Twilight again. This is from Imagine. It's the Versify and Claire collection. It's my favorite for sentiments, and it's what I use the most on my BetterPress, although I do use other types of ink too. But that's what I used on this card here. So I love how that looks, and it's going to be perfect with all of the colors that are here. And it's going to be nice and dark, so it'll still show, but not so dark as the Nocturne, which is the black. I want it to be a little softer, right? Not so harsh. So the Twilight color is going to be perfect. Here's my BetterPress. And I'm going to flip it over. And we're going to tape down our paper first. And then line up where we want our sentiment to go. So now that there's cardstock on the back of this paper, it's nice and solid, and it's got a nice thickness to it. And we don't need to worry about what's going to happen with our BetterPress plate. It's going to be perfect, just the way it is on my other card. Okay, it's going to be a little tricky here because it's kind of a wonky shape, right? Can't really see the letters, but trust me, it'll be fine. This is going to go like this. So this bottom line, I'll flip it over. This is nice and straight, right? Meaning the letters are all in a nice straight line, okay? So we can just kind of eyeball it like this. You could probably use a T-ruler too. But I want to make sure that this is nice and close to this edge, and this is nice and close to that edge. And that looks pretty good. Now, how do we get it onto the BetterPress itself? I'm going to take one of my magnets. We're going to lift this up carefully. And we're going to take the magnet and whoop. There it is. Make sure that this still looks the way we want it to. I'm going to scooch it over a little bit, I think. Just get it a little bit more centered. That looks pretty good. And now I'm going to go like this. Let the magnet go, and now our plate is exactly where we want it to be. I did not come up with this. My friend Justine Dvorak did. I think I do it a little differently than she does, but that's the gist of it. And it works really well. Okay, so I'm going to just apply my Twilight ink. That looks good. Now you got to make sure that you have the hearts going the right direction, right? So I'm going to flip it this way. Okay, and now I'm going to run it through my die cut machine. Okay, I did that. Time for the big reveal. Look at that. Now you don't have the impression the way you do if you're using like cotton cardstock. It's very flat, and there's a little bit there, but not as much as you would if you were working with the cotton. But it looks fantastic. Looks like we hand lettered that right on our pattern paper. Isn't that pretty? I love this. This would make a great tag to put on a gift, right? Put a hole, some twine or ribbon or yarn, and call it a day. Love that. Okay, I'm going to clean this up, and then we'll move on. Moving on. Now I want to pick out a new pattern paper to go behind this layer. So there's, again, so many good choices. This one's a little bit too big, I think, to go with these teeny tiny hearts. This is pretty, but I think I want more colors than that. Butterflies are gorgeous, but again, I think that this print is a little too big with the hearts, and you're going to wind up cutting off the butterflies way too much. I was thinking about this because I love a good harlequin, but again, I want more color. Puppies are cute, the size is good, but not enough color. Kind of thinking that I want to go with this because the print is nice and small, so you'll see the flowers. And there's so many beautiful colors. I think it's going to look great. So we're going to go with that. I'm going to cut this down to 4 by 5 1/4 so that it still gives me a border around the edge that we can use for ink. So I'm going to go, let's do it this way. Let's do 4 first. 5, 5 1/4. And then we can save these for another time. This paper is not the right size. What's that about? Hold on. Yep, I need to trim this down. Let's do that. I thought I had a regular size card base, but I did not. A little too big. There we go. Okay. That's better. Look at how pretty this is with like no effort. Just a really beautiful BetterPress plate and some fun paper. Okay, so I think that I want to put some pink around the edge of this. I think we're going to start with that because I got to add some ink, right? So let's use some pink champagne ink from Catherine Pooler. Let's do this. I'm going to zoom in. Okay. Just a little bit. Nothing crazy. It just makes our layers look a little bit more interesting, a little bit more loved. You can use any color that's in these papers. Look at that. See? So nice. And that's why it's nice to have swatches made. Because I was able to just take out my Catherine Pooler swatches and just say, okay, what color is going to work with these pink flowers? And that's how I landed on the pink champagne. Look at how close that is to those, right? Perfect. So having swatches like this is great because sometimes the label isn't exactly the right shade. Looking at the ink pad clearly doesn't help. So I highly recommend having swatches. Next, I want to use, I think a yellow. I think a yellow is going to be great. So my original thought was Tiara. Not quite the shade I'm going for. But here's Limoncello. And that's just perfect. We're going to go with that one. So for this, I'm going to go right in with the ink pad onto my card base. And just go all the way around. Such a pretty yellow. See? Nice and simple. Matches the paper beautifully. Just like that. Now you can stop here. And we might stop here, but I want to see if there's any ephemera that I want to use with this. But I really love how this looks just as is. This is the Diecut ephemera from this collection. You can see all of the fun things that are in here. I've used these before a couple of times on my blog and even here on my channel. I don't know if we're going to use anything from here, but I just thought it would be fun to check. Oh, look at that. Isn't that cute? We might use that. We might use that. Not quite right. Let's see. Some of these are just way too big, you know. Like this toaster. Oh, look at that. It has slots. You can actually put things in it. How fun is that? Cute, but not quite right. I like this better. We could even put glitter on here to make it really snazzy. Yeah, I think that's the right way to go. I do. This is cute too, but then I'd want to color it because everything else is so bright and colorful. Yeah, let's go with this. Okay. All right, so now I'm going to glue everything down and then we'll zhuzh up these flowers a bit. All right, we're going to break out some stickles. This is Stardust. I don't know if this is still available. I know there are stickles still available on the Ranger website for sure, but I don't know if this color is. But I think it'll be fun to just have a little glitter on here. You can use glitter pens too. You can leave it without, but glitter. And this glitter doesn't come off, so I'm just going to use my finger to kind of smush it around because I don't want a thick layer. Just want a little bit. A little bit on the leaves. Isn't that fun? And you really don't need to worry about this coming off because it's not going to. Just have to let it dry. But that's it. That's our card. Oh, love the Stardust. That one was always my favorite. This is our card for today. It was super easy. I love using some of my pattern paper. If you need nice, big, bold sentiments that have kind of a vintage vibe to them, these copper plate sentiments are going to be right up your alley. So thank you so much for hanging out with me. I appreciate you being here. I will see you very soon with another video. Be well, stay safe. Peace out.